reports. Hitman 2. Still here, I think.
Hitman 3. My plane's alright. What the hell was that?
Hell if I know. Check your radios. I can't raise anyone on the horn. My GPS is out too.
You see the stuff on the ground? It's like the apocalypse.
It's not our problem. Hitman team, push 120 and link up with my plane. We are RTB. This country's gone insane.
Never in all my years of flying would I have predicted this. In an act of desperate asset denial, the Federation had done the unthinkable. A strike was ordered, and before we had time to properly react, dozens of nuclear missiles were striking Prospero. Not just nuclear, though. No, someone within the Federation ranks had decided to tip these missiles with cordium. As far as we could tell, this had resulted in a catastrophic runoff event just like that triggered by Yellowstone 4 centuries ago, and had reignited a second calamity. How widespread it was, we didn't know. But from our vantage point, Prez and I figured it may have well have been the entire world. We managed to form up with Galaxy, Dip, and Comic, and began to make our way back to Rosedower. Dip believed we should have left the country entirely, but we had to see if anyone was left alive. If it was even possible to survive what was happening on the ground. Even if they were all gone, we needed fuel. We were not going to get far without it. Rosedower was in one piece, but only barely, and it likely wouldn't be for long. Lava flows were closing in, and Galaxy broke radio silence long enough to see if anyone on the ground was okay.
No reason to touch down and get our stuff.
I should be close enough to transmit now. Breaking gravity for a second. Rosedower, this is Galaxy. Transmit on any frequency on this range to signal that you're alive. Come on, I'd rather not inherit a graveyard.
We got an answer, all right. More than that, we had contact. Turns out the French test pilot survived and apparently offered Master Goose Squadron a better deal. These guys had been with us from day one. We flew alongside them in many of our missions, but apparently that was never enough. The moment they were offered more money, they went turncoat, betraying Sicario at its weakest. I guess it was the only time they thought they stood a chance. They were wrong.
Cascadia is toast. You think we can advance us back
target's off radar. I don't see any chutes.
Nice shooting, boss.
What? Monarch's boss now?
You go down there and tell me Lincoln's alive.
I'll tell you myself, Miss London.
The traitors thoroughly educated and Frost finally taken care of, Kaiser and Stardust finally contacted us. They had apparently known the mercenaries were present and had kept radio silence so as to avoid their detection. Apparently our names had been released to the public, and the entire Bounty Hunters Guild would be on us the moment we left the AO. Stardust apparently had a way out, and begged us to stay. In all our frustration, we had every reason to leave him to his fate, but at his pleas, and in need of fuel, we decided to hear him out. There, in the burning wreck of what was our temporary home, Stardust offered us a deal. But to understand the contents of this deal, we need a little background. 20 years ago, there was a war. A war in a place known as Oceania. Apparently, a mercenary cabal had attempted a hostile takeover with the immense power and resources at their disposal. This war involved kings and lords with pilots as their signatures and brutal conflict through and through. The only thing that stopped them was the Pacific Federation, and more specifically, their peacekeepers. Crimson, in particular, had apparently seen a lot of time in this conflict, being as important to the Federation in Oceania as K9 was in Magadan, or Hitman was to Cascadia. In the end, this cabal was defeated. Most believed that they were completely destroyed, but I personally believe otherwise. And it is here I must break character for a moment to give a bit of a disclaimer. We do not truly know what was offered to Sicario in the ruins of Rosedower. But what we do know was that it was enough to convince them not to leave Stardust to his fate. It was enough to convince Hitman to continue fighting through the actual apocalypse, and not only that, but it had to have been small enough to fit in a briefcase. I will be telling the remainder of my story here under the assumption that my theory is true, but you can interpret this story however you wish. Personally, what I believe is this wasn't nuclear codes, money, or ownership of a certain Icarus armory, but information. Information on the locations of remaining Cabal assets in hiding. This would make sense, as Stardust tells Kaiser that the first file contains
orders and what you need to carry it out.
Not only that, but those orders are explicitly
go to the periphery and bring back everyone who can fight beneath your banner.
This sounds like he is offering for us to rebuild the Cabal from the ground up, with information on their remaining assets and guaranteed high positions within it once it risen to power again. How would Stardust know this information, you might ask? Well, I would ask a counter-query. Why would someone who apparently hates mercenaries as much as Stardust insist on being their handler? Sure, he might want to keep us in check, but there is evidence sprinkled throughout this story that Stardust is more than what he seems. I believe that he is an agent of the Cabal, one of the last in existence. Faust may have been one as well, given her fanaticism. If he is, then he may be acting on the Cabal's remnants' behalf to seize the chance to end the Federation and, just as importantly, Crimson Squadron. These were, after all, the only things standing in the way of them and doing whatever they wished with the war. We accepted this offer. I did so knowing that with the power given to me, I could possibly navigate the Cabal down the right path and help prevent something like this war ever happening again. In short, I wanted to become a part of this new world order that was apparently rising, so that I could manipulate it from within, keeping it from becoming what it had in Oceania. The deal accepted and our contract renewed, we moved out once more. Operation Blue Shelter saw us running a strike mission on Bright Fortress facility, one of the Federation's last rallying points since it was in a geothermally quiet zone. We were to strike the facility to deny the Federation the first move and keep them from regaining momentum. We were operating out of an old unfinished highway, but that didn't stop us from getting into the sky and giving the enemy no respite whatsoever.
Ready! Scrap all your defenses! What? I survived that mercenary team once already. Well, that didn't take long. All units follow Hitman in.
Think we can take this base?
Negative. We don't have the manpower. Just blow it to hell and the rebels will fall to pieces.
Whatever. 111 Target down! This deal you made with Cascadia, Monarch, I don't think they should have made it. I know we're mercenaries, but what Stardust offered? No one should have it. It's too much power. It's not for us.
In desperation once more, the Federation powered up some old prototype land battleships, but those old hunks of metal weren't going to stop us.
Defense is pacified. All Federation units are either no factor or destroyed. Hitman team, remain on station for one last sweep and then RTB. Or RTH. Whatever, just come back to the highway.
Our first strike taken, we returned to our makeshift airfield and awaited our next mission. After some time, we got word that residual cordium in the atmosphere had finally reduced down to ambient levels in all but the most concentrated areas. So, we embarked on Operation Recall to recover our old equipment from the remains of Prospero. We didn't know how much survived, but we needed everything we could get if we planned on still winning this conflict. So, we moved in to give our boys on the ground air cover. It was good to know Ronan survived the burning of Prospero. We didn't want to let them down.
Hitman team, we've got some Fed-tagged IFFs around. Patrol forces, most likely. Take them out before they collect too much intel about what we're doing.
Easy enough. Let's go break even, Monarch. I've got a good tone.
I've got a lock. Enemy plane shot down.
Hitman 1, reporting a kill.
Good tone, good tone.
Going for guns.
We've got leakers. Aircraft type unknown. Pushing from bearing 000. Hitman team, intercept. Ah, hell. Unsurprising. They always return to the scene of the crime. Tell you what, 3 bandits. It has to be him. Of course it is.
Great. Crimson Squadron had arrived. Not only that, but it seemed they believed it was our fault that Prospero had been destroyed. Yes, Faust had overstepped by invading Magadan directly, but the Federation still pulled the trigger. They still did this. When Crimson 1 gave the order to avenge this land, well, I was more than happy to oblige him.
Crimson Squadron, engage. Avenge this land. Come back here. You made this personal.
Monarch, hurry up and shoot this guy down.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Well, you won't get another one. Come here!
If I had killed you in the Yellowstone, this war would have been over by now. You know, they used to call me obsessed. Now, they call me their solution. Calamity, you're just a criminal. Looking for your next handout. You're taking too much. You lose everything in turn.
are. Fox 2. See you in hell, Peacekeeper. Finally, he was taken care of. I gave his aircraft a few more rounds on the way down and watched it careen into the landscape below. There was no way a pilot could survive that kind of fall. Comic reassured Dip after his absolutely justified crash up. I checked on Prez, and we all returned to base. Not much longer now. Not much longer at all. We had finally cornered the Federation. We were so close to sieging the capital. But before we could do that, we needed to cut their supply lines. Operation Welder was not just a strike, but one last decisive naval battle. The Fed's first naval battle group will be forced to respond to this strike. This, of course, is a trap. Risky as it was, we had the eminent domain on our side. Not only that, but we had a hitman team, and Crimson Squadron wouldn't be able to stop us now.
Targets now. This goes against everything I know about naval warfare, but we have to cross the T. What does that mean?
It means it is going straight to the enemy line while they have them completely broadsided.
We have to get close. Thermal interference is messing with our ASMs at our usual engagement distances. We've got to go gun to gun, and I know this ship's armor can take it. All ships, full steam ahead. Wingman team, provide support for the eminent domain. This stranglehold must be established. Enemy penetrated. All hands, battle stations. We have eyes on the eminent domain and a battle group steaming towards us. What is that madman doing? Bring guns to port. The supply line must stay open.
Hitman 3 engaging.
Hitman 2 engaging. Take them while they're at range. If they get in close, it's gonna be messy.
It's all lined up.
If we use any of the defense detail here, our city's defense integrity falls drastically. So it's important that it doesn't counteract. How many planes left do we have on QRF? 65% of all deployed Federation air forces in Cascadia is in-op. The remaining 35% are being pulled out. Only volunteers are staying behind. But from the top down, something is happening out of country. I'm not privy to it, but we are the Wingman team. Aim for the larger vessels and the convoys while you've got ammo at your disposal. You take those down, and have a lot less coming back up at you. This is the battleship that chained us. All ships, follow me. We're going to keep this war alive. God damn. It's the sister ship. Rebel intel indicates that this is the last combat-effective naval group in theater. Hitman team, destroy the DeJanis' battle group, and we'll lock down Presidia. All allied units, stand by.
The sister ship. Of course it was going to be the sister ship. Well, this was going to be a naval showdown for the ages. Kaiser had actually rallied an army, and they had arrived just in time.
Let's go, boys!
The fleet had fallen, and Presidia was under siege. It was finally time. After a little time under siege to whittle them down, we finally initiated Operation Manifest Destiny. Kaiser's arrival allowed us the strength to move on Presidia almost immediately. This would be a brutal battle. The firepower there represents the sum of all those who had survived the war thus far. Land forces would surround the city, moving in as the eminent domain wiped out the remaining navy, and we in the air destroyed the remaining fighters. Being the most veteran elements in the Independence Force, we would spearhead this mission. Yet, despite our advantages, the losses from Calamity had made this fight almost completely even. It would be long, it would be brutal, but in the end, only one of us will stand with our flag over Cascadia.
All call signs commence the offensive. We are the descendants of those who would not be ruled. Show them what that means.
To all mercenaries, do not count days. Do not count miles. Count only the number of Feds you have killed. Go!
time had come. This was the place which so long ago had shown me the Fed's true colors. This was the place where we had seen what the enemy could do. Now, it was our turn. It was time to take back the city.
next to them. What's our exit?
All units stand by. Maintain presence over Presidia as the Federation makes their exit.
Stand by. All units, just hold on. What? Our warnings are going off. Who's ever doing this better cease fire. The war's off.
I'm not getting anything on my warnings. What's going on?
No, 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 no! Why is it never that simple? Why?
From that vector, I'm bogeyed out. Contact. Faded. See ya! Break!
Crimson was not dead. He had obtained a dangerous prototype and, in desperation and rage at the loss of his wingmen, and in one final attempt to stop us, he brought the Calamity to Presidia. Thousands of men gone, and for what? It didn't matter. In the end, this story began its conclusion in the only way it was ever going to end. Two pilots dueling wing to wing, gun to gun, over the ruins of a shattered world.
You fight against the only order that can guarantee the safety of your people. You solely are responsible for this.
Dead man.
Safety's coming off. No second chances. Monarch, you use the name of the king. Saber, but dead. The Federation forced peace in this war, and you denied them that. People in Cascadia, do you know what you've taken from them? Their homes, and for what? To secede from the war?
With Prez unconscious and my blood boiling, I was in no mood to talk. We turned with one another again and again. This man, in his madness and his hatred, had taken everything from us, and had the audacity to act as though it was my fault. Sure, he may have meant us, the Cabal, the mercenaries as a whole, but it didn't matter to me anymore. I was clipping this hawk's wings if I had to tear them clean off. was finally done. Crimson was not coming back from that detonation. As the dust cleared and the war finally drew to its conclusion, I turned my nose to skies unknown. For while the contract was done, I was far from it. My story had only just begun.